Hello, and welcome to Dire Bear. Tonight we're playing Operation Aegis, our Lancer actual play. I'll be your GM for the evening, Jason, and with me as usual will be Sarah, playing Vika. Carr, playing Tiana. Eric, playing Uriah. And Jeremy, playing Cortev.
That's next campaign.
What's the next campaign?
Sarah, or Vika playing Sarah.
Oh, okay. All right. Who remembers what went down last week?
You're a bastard. That's what went down last week.
Absolutely broke Sarah's heart.
That's fine. I'm just going to become more of a menace next game somehow.
Just threatening with a good time. There was a causal explosion at forward base Achilles, taking out one ultra exuberant asshole that we all grew to love,
and the rest of forward base Achilles.
The other
you dealt with some of those people
sure.
a few times.
All the people we taught how to play paper football. Yeah. This is
having a great time. I forgot about them. I was just thinking about the commander of the base who talked to you and the
yeah.
The tech guys that Uriah had constantly embarrassed. Probably feels bad about that now, doesn't he?
No, actually, he doesn't at all.
Entering his darkest timeline Batman phase right now.
The thing with him right now, when it comes to that, is if they had been doing their jobs correctly, they could have spotted the buildup of energy that mech would have produced to get in there in the first place. And since they failed to do so...
Not if it had the same kind of gizmo your Atlas had.
So?
Also not the time. People died.
He doesn't care.
Well, if they hadn't sucked so bad, maybe they'd have lived. Okay.
We all knew the other shoe was going to drop at some point.
Yeah.
We had too good.
It's a war story. You've got to have the dip.
We had too good for too long for 2 straight campaigns.
Yeah, you didn't kill off any of our favorite NPCs last 2 campaigns.
And this campaign, nobody's betrayed you. Yet.
Balance.
Unfortunate balance. I'd rather have some betrayal.
So, the first part of our next campaign, y'all will be sitting there waiting. Is somebody going to die or is somebody going to betray us?
Both.
Or is it both?
Or
both.
Neither.
Jason, it's you. One or both is going to happen.
It might be neither. Next campaign, I might kill a player. Player character.
Or an actual player. Watch your backs, guys.
No.
Jason just shows up in my back door.
I would not advertise something like that, on a recording.
In the recording, specifically.
Except you just did.
So if any of us wind up dead next year, mysteriously on a Tuesday.
Alright. I know y'all just skimmed over the complete, rest of the fight y'all had getting back to forward.
Oh, yeah,
we had been fighting for
4 sessions.
In world it was weeks, wasn't it? And it was 4 straight sessions, so it felt like it was a lot.
It was
fighting to get
close
there.
To a week.
Yeah.
Fighting to get there. Fighting to get to the people out. Fighting getting the people out. Fighting getting back to the base. And then the base exploding.
It was a long, grueling trick.
It was. If you wanted it to feel like a grind, congratulations, you did
it. Congratulations, you have broken our spirits, you bastard. With nothing but love in our hearts, we say this.
I was quite pleased.
We know.
We know.
All right, but y'all had gotten back to base. The complete chaos that happened, basically on both sides after the paracausal weapon was set off, kind of allowed y'all to get away from you and whatever other survivors there were from the base. Other people out on patrol, basically, to basically meet up and manage to get back to an extraction point. When you'd gotten back, Commander Jellicoe had, he'd met you getting off the plane, basically giving his condolences, told you, hey, go wash up, get rested, Afternoon, the afternoon of the next day, he'd have you in for a debriefing. he also had the head of the base's psychiatric department on hand. None of y'all seem to be real talkative with her. Or really wanted to talk to her.
I think Couture would have a session. I think he would have a session, not necessarily to talk, but to like just be in a space with somebody who is like not one of my friends who are also rattled. Just someone who's like, this is the professional. They're just there to hold space. They kind of just shoot the breeze, so there's not a whole lot of healing happening, but just being in a space without all of that energy.
Just being able to talk it out with somebody.
Yes.
I'd probably have the same thing, but most of her worry is towards Vika and Uriah at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
That seemed to be who she was focused on, yes. Not that she ignored the rest of you, but...
If Vika is ordered to go, she will go and say all the correct things that a therapist wants to hear, get an A+ on her therapy lesson, and go back to sitting on top of her mech.
Nobody has demanded that you do anything. The offer was simply made. Night or day, if you need to talk to her, she is available.
I've talked to you about that specific phrasing after session.
I got an A+ on therapy.
That's not a thing.
It's totally a thing.
You now have a +2 in therapy for one of your pilot talents.
Jeez. Wow.
All right, so y'all have the rest of that day and in the evening to be home somewhere safe or somewhere that should be safe. It's up to y'all how safe you feel. You're not down for any training or anything tomorrow until, like he said, that afternoon when there's the debriefing. Now it was several days you getting back, so the dust is starting to settle on this. People are starting, both sides are starting to get their footing again. So I assume everybody goes to the debriefing like they're supposed to.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure nobody was going to try to play hooky.
I'm going to say that Ty still hasn't 3D printed her arm, so she's still missing an arm at the moment. she's just like, I'll deal with it later. Right now, I'm just, no.
Dramatic effect.
Well, it's only been a day, so
Yeah.
Waiting for the printer. You have to take a ticket.
Yeah.
Take a ticket. There's a line of people sitting there for their mech, waiting for a week to print their mech out.
Look, when Base Achilles went down, we ran out of filament. We're waiting for a new source.
To be fair, an arm you could probably get printed in the medical.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of Tiana not doing it yet.
She's just choosing not to deal with it right now.
So y'all file in for the debrief. You notice it's just you guys. Either he's already talked to the Red Hands and the Mad Dogs.
Okay.
Or he's talking to them next. Or apparently
talking to all of us separately.
Right.
There's no one waiting when you sit outside the principal's office.
Nope.
Okay.
Y'all came up, sat down, only had to wait a minute. When you walk in, Jellicoe's, at the big conference table thing, like normal. He's got his little note taker secretary guy next to him. There's one other guy. Just sort of pacing around the room.
Mm-hmm.
Not like he's tense. He's walking around the room with a piece of equipment in his hand. Not really paying any attention to y'all, though.
Do we recognize the piece of equipment?
That's true. Y'all are a very tech-savvy group.
Mm-hmm.
You can roll to see if it's...
Anything in particular apply to this?
If you've got something like Spot, or if you one of your tech a tech-related skill.
Hack fix.
Yeah, we can go throw that one in there.
Okay.
This is technically kind of computery equipment.
I think I need to launch my game back up.
Follow-up question to that. With my background as a mechanic, is that also something that
Mechanic, I would say no.
No? Okay.
Hi, Fika. We're a little away from each other.
Just both clocking it. Everyone's just very nervous about technology right now after the past couple days.
Especially a new person.
So yeah, but 26 and 27, so yeah. Car is
24. Jesus.
We need a 25. Someone give me a 25.
I did not get it.
What did Cortev get?
Cortev got the lowest, which is, well, would I get? No, I wouldn't, because that's a weird question. 3, 9, 3 plus 6 is 9 plus 5 is 14.
Okay, well, that's a success.
Still respectable.
It's a success, but he's got his brain elsewhere, so he's like only very tertiary listening or observing.
So Cortev realizes what it is. He clocks what it is. You other three, you all clock what it is, and you clock everybody else clocking what it is. It is basically a scanner that people use to search out and find listening devices.
Smart. I rolled a 3 and got a 14. I love being a hacker.
Good times.
Yeah. I think we all have like plus 11 to hack fix, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But y'all clock all this while you're sitting down. Jellica goes, "Thank you for coming. I know it's been a rough couple of weeks for you, a rough week or two for you. We just need to go over, well, first, he goes over with you the, getting the POWs back, and you get the impression that, had the thing at the base not happened, he'd probably be giving you a light chewing out, for on general principle, if nothing else.
For going in ourselves and just doing it.
Yeah. The whole deciding to ask forgiveness instead of permission.
Right.
You don't know how annoyed he'd have actually been.
Can never have known.
Well, no, they knew people had been captured.
No, I'm just saying we can never have known how annoyed he would have been.
Oh yeah. But he kind of lightly glosses over that, given what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get, he's asking you, what happened when you got to the base. They've pulled the record, they've pulled the sensory data and stuff, from your mechs. Well, I say they pull, they ordered you an HPs to hand it over. The HPs, pretty much handed it over.
Cortev doesn't have an NHP.
So yeah, they may have tried to plug into the thing and get it.
Which is fine.
Yeah. I mean, they're not. Yeah, they didn't hack your mix or anything. This is
I
general
would have
operating
given them
procedure.
the file, which they don't know how many times I've sent that file. So good.
So they've got their techs are going over the actual data. But he's trying to get kind of like, what did you see? What did you feel? Does anybody volunteer any information?
Imagine being on Roller coasters are a thing in this world, right?
Probably.
Orbital drop might be a good comparison.
Imagine being on a roller coaster, or if you've never been on a roller coaster, imagine you're up above the planet and you're ready to drop. And you haven't dropped yet, but you have that feeling of anticipation of I am going to finally do the thing I wanted to do, and then it happens, and then there's nothing. I cannot I can't say what I'm thinking because I don't really believe my eyes, which is on brand for paracausal activity, but that's kind of how it is. It's been a day and I still don't believe that it happened, and I saw it happen.
It may take a little while to sink in.
Ty had a unique experience because she had 2 NHPs in her, like, at her side, right? She didn't have a mech, but she had two
but yeah,
NHPs at her side.
they were sitting there in their little probes or whatever.
Yeah.
Or drones is probably a better word.
What did they do? I don't remember what you said that the NHPs did when it happened.
The ones in the ones in mechs,
Mm.
They detected the upsurge of paracausal energy, before the release, so they were kind of like, wait, something's happening. I'm not sure if Rabbit and Kokei being just in their drones, not being plugged into a mech, I'm not sure how much they'd have picked up ahead of time.
Okay.
Because I can't imagine they've got a full mech level sensor suite in a little drone.
Right. Okay.
So their reaction to it is probably a lot like yours, just sort of, shock.
Yeah.
Question: anything weird with the Bay lore, since it is just a bunch of nanites wearing a mech suit?
What could... You mean when the actual explosion went off?
Yeah. Would it have reacted any differently, or
While where most of your mechs, there was a shock. There was a physical shock wave that you all kind of felt. You were at a far enough distance that it didn't knock anybody over or anything, but everybody kind of took a half step back, except your Baylor, which just sort of rippled like it was liquid, sort of when the shock wave hit it.
fair enough?
And he tells he takes a moment and asks you all how you slept last night. He knows you've been through a lot, but he also knows it was a very hard, uncomfortable journey back.
Didn't.
Probably slept better on the run.
Yeah.
He would he's not trying to put any pressure on you. He just reiterates that the psychiatric department is, there to help if you need it. If you're
Until you
not
send
as
us out in the next 3 days. That's what's been happening until you send us out in 3 days from now, because that's what's happened almost every time we get back here.
It may be a little bit longer than that this time. Though probably not much given what's happened. I'll fill you in a moment. But anyway, he wanted to make that offer stand. Make sure you remember that standing offer. If you're not as comfortable in that kind of professional setting, there are also chaplains. That's a little, speaking to them would be a little less formal. And there's a variety of them for a variety of, whatever your religious bent is. Now to catch you up to speed. So the first several days, it was just utter confusion. Nobody knows who dropped the bomb or what the bomb even was. No one official.
You're right. He just rolls his eyes.
Jellicoe, no, he's kind of yeah. The Shi'Nar have decided that it was a weapon that the Leagues was getting ready to test that they must have set off on their own by accident. The League has decided that it was a Shi'Nar weapon that they used to finally take out forward base Achilles, since it's been such a thorn in their side, both in this war and the previous one.
Uriah's fist goes into the wall.
Try to stay calm, Uriah. This is politicians. Never expected politicians to do the smart thing.
Just assume Ty's standing next to him. Suddenly there's a fist behind her head.
And the news is going to get worse before it gets better. I need you to stay as calm as possible.
I'm as calm as I'm going to get.
Please don't make me sit on you. I don't have the energy for it right now.
Continue.
The higher-ups in Union have also decided that it was probably a Shi'Nar weapon. I don't want to say I argue with my superiors, but I sent up a contrary opinion, ran it up the chain, reiterating what we found on the cult. They seem to be unwilling to believe that a cult could have manipulated them to this degree. They are still concerned about a potential unshackled NHP, but they think that it may be something the Shi'Nar were working on, or working with, or trying to use. They have come to the conclusion that where they had gotten intelligence that the Shi'Nar were trying to build a jump gate, that was probably a misinterpretation, and this was probably the paracausal tech they were working on. We have been ordered in no uncertain terms to cease investigating the cult and focus on winning the war, which is going poorly at the moment. With forward base Achilles gone, that whole section of the front has essentially collapsed. And we're using a lot of resources to try to shore it up. He pauses like he was expecting an explosion when you heard that part.
Uriah's jaw is jumping.
Ty's going to put a hand on his hip. On Uriah's hip.
And
he's trying to calm him down.
And narratively, I'll leave this up to you. There may or may not be screens in the room fritzing out right now.
He glances around. When nobody makes a comment, though, he'll continue. We're going to try to give you a few days of downtime. Like I said, with things developing as quickly as they are, Vika may be right. We may wind up shipping you out in 3 days. We're all kind of on the back foot. We had just sent a bunch of extra people to the base. This has been a heavy blow.
Gee, it's like someone wants to continue the war. Imagine that.
Jellicoe very pointedly ignores your comment. So I believe that yes, Vika.
Is there any way to get Tiana's mech expedited if you're going to be sending us out?
Oh, absolutely. Y'all won't be sent out until you're at full, until you're at full strength. The printing has already started before y'all even gotten back. Once they knew Tiana was alive and on her way back, start printing her mech.
Imagine Tiana just gets an email. What color would you like your mech?
You have it in any color you want, as long as that color is black.
Primer gray.
Do you want the toe beans on your foot?
Every time she picks it up, it just leaves a paw print.
It's canon now, so.
Yeah.
But if there's nothing else, I believe that completes the that's the official end of
Concludes
this
the
meeting.
debrief. And the unofficial end.
Oh. And when he says, the official end of this meeting, he looks over at his note taker, who taps the screen a couple more times, and then his it would be a laptop the way you order, but
Tablet, whatever.
datapad.
his tablet, whatever it is, he literally shuts it down, gets up, gives a little salute to the commander, and leaves. The guy that's been walking around with the the
Bug tracer.
yeah.
Mhm.
He does another circuit of the room, gives the commander a nod, and leaves, and shuts the door behind him.
Do we hear a lock?
You do.
And then just a vent, like, leaking gas.
Oh, I thought we were going to get jettisoned into space or something.
No, but
From the planet.
The AC does, kick up a notch. Enough that it's a little bit of a hum that you can hear.
Mm-hmm. Sir?
Quaint.
Good background noise might block out basic listening.
Just in case we miss something. Our detection equipment is good, but every now and then someone will use something lower tech than we're used to.
Why the sudden concern and security?
He wants us to keep investigating the cult.
Well, that was going to happen regardless. You know that.
I know, but it's good to have...
Jellicoe's kind of like, I kind of assumed y'all would go AWOL and continue if y'all needed to. I've been speaking with General Graham. General Graham is the general that's in charge of this overall operation. Slightly older lady. Some people, when they know for sure she's not around, refer to her as General Grandma.
Oh, that's who they've been talking about.
So, I spoke with her, laid my concerns out. She sent those up the chain along with her own concerns. She went to bat for us. But ultimately, if she bucks Union on this, they will remove her. And she does still have a war to win. So what we're going to do, if you are willing, this will be you disregarding Union orders.
Slightly treacherous.
Insubordination at the very least.
Sir, with all due respect, we've been insubordinate pretty much since we got on the base.
This is a step above that. This is a step above being a little unruly. Glances at your eye.
You don't want to see me a step above unruly by my standards, sir. You have yet to see that.
There's nudity and there's pudding involved. It's terrifying.
Ty blushes at the nudity part.
He smiles, not necessarily because he thinks it's funny, because it's a relief to hear some Vika Uriah,
Yeah.
Okay, that's tenser than normal, but it's almost normal. Okay, this is
There's
She's
a little
very
bit
good
of
at masking, y'all. She's very good at masking.
Meanwhile, Uriah is in full operative mode right now.
So basically, if y'all get busted in y'all's investigation, you dime. Jellicoe's like, you dime me out. I came back to you later. Oh, orders have changed, and I just sent you out. I'll take the fall.
Sir.
At which point, General Graham will take over. So we have multiple layers of continuing to figure out what this cult is up to. At this point, you probably realize you're kind of getting caught up in part of a minor conspiracy to subvert Union orders.
Anticipate there being a stronger Union presence from people who aren't us?
As quickly as they can, they are pulling some extra forces from the Dawn Line shore and sending them our way, and what they can spare.
Sorry, where?
Dawn Line Shore.
I know what he said.
It's the closest. It's the closest place that we can get anybody. Y'all remember from the very beginning of the campaign, where y'all are at is relatively close to the Dawn Line shore, but not actually considered part of it. And not. It's got this place has got its own conflict. It's not really caught up with the overall conflict going on over there.
So, are you? Well, I mean, you kind of always let the baronies do whatever, so fair dues. But are we just, or are they just showing? Are they afraid of showing weakness in that regard? Do you know that opinion from the higher ups?
I am not entirely certain why they came to the decision they did. It seems like they're ignoring some information, or maybe they have some bad information that is getting factored in as well.
It's also very easy to blame a catastrophic loss on an enemy you're already fighting.
That's probably true as well.
Speaking of the enemy we're already fighting, do we know if they're doing anything similar with investigating the cult further?
We don't know for sure. We know there were at least a few people on the Shannara side that were looking into the cult. We had shared some information about the cult.
I think Kurtav looks left and right and says, well, if we are not being official in this moment.
We're not.
I've been doing my own information campaign, let's say.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this will probably end up being useful. All right, Cortez, what have you been doing?
Just nothing related to Union whatsoever. Just starting anti-war sentiment on the Mech Tokens side.
Okay, well, there was already some of that on both sides, but that doesn't sound too bad.
Well, with the framework that they are being, manipulated by forces unseen.
Wait a second, that's sounding familiar. And he looks around for a tablet and realizes, oh right, we've got all that turned off now.
Kortev just kind of goes like this with one eye.
Yeah, okay. Our intelligence was aware that eye group had started up. But it seemed like a grassroots anti-war movement, so we weren't overly concerned.
That's what it was supposed to look like. He just smiles.
Well, you ever get tired of driving a mech around? I think we could probably get you into intelligence.
I think Kortev visibly blushes at that. I'll keep that in mind.
Do any of the rest of you have any resources or projects you've been working on the side that you think would help?
Well, actually, continue.
Hey, Patrick.
Could probably try
hey,
to get in touch with the Bull of Heaven again if someone has their contact.
I was about to say this.
Lovely. Do continue then.
I have a means of contacting the Bull of Heaven, or Mithras as he often goes by.
Yeah, Mithras is the pilot. The Bull of Heaven is the mech.
Frame name.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that gives us a couple of insights to the other side. We have Cortev's eye group.
I could also just go digging if I have a good enough mainframe to work from.
I will get you access to the base's equipment.
I already have
Most
access to
I've-
that.
He get you some slightly better stuff,
Official access.
like the intelligence guys.
An actual login.
Trying to leave any fingerprints, but he trusts that you're able to do that.
Ty just says the most that I've been working on is hard light NHPs. If that has
Speaking
any
of,
use.
Sobek is fully sentient now.
God help us all.
And may or may not be raring to go.
Oh, he's probably ready to go. Now, their concern is that Union may have tapped people already on planet to keep an eye on us and make sure that we're following orders. Maybe we're just being paranoid, but it seems an overabundance of caution is probably called for.
And
So-
if that's the case, at the moment, all of our mechs are pinging as League. Could they be pinging as mercenaries?
Well, they're pinging as Union.
Oh, yeah. But could they be pinging as mercenaries instead?
That's an easy enough thing to change.
Is that something we want to do?
Not
It
really,
is,
because when
however-
they scan you, they get information from your license, which is very hard to change.
And unfortunately, we're already a known asset.
Yeah.
I mean, I can change how she looks, but not by that much.
So yeah, so if you've got avenues to conduct your own investigation, try to do so quietly. When you have something, let me know. We'll set up another one of these meetings, or probably somewhere else.
It does feel nice though.
What's that?
The AC.
Oh, I think we just turned the fan up higher for the noise.
I know, but this planet's very temperate. I like being cool a little bit sometimes.
Well, that's all I've got for you. If you're all willing to sign on board with this.
There wasn't really a sign on. This is just given the our
Confirmation.
current brass giving us unofficial leave to do so.
Right.
I was just given
Which I
unofficial
appreciate.
official orders to do what I was going to do to begin with. So
Yeah, got it.
Now it's not so illegal.
no, it's going to be.
Now you have a legal defense when things. Oh no, he told us to. I was just
Yeah,
following orders.
We appreciate this, Commander.
I just
How
want
do
to get
you
to the
feel?
bottom of this.
You've been how long have you been in the military? Are you looking to retire? Is that what's going
He's
on?
one
Or are we
day
just
from retirement. Don't ask.
ensuring that we trusting us to be surreptitious about this.
Oh no, he's like a month and a half from retirement. If you know what I mean. No, he wasn't planning on retiring anytime soon. But if a crazy NHP, is dropping these unknown weapons, that's got to be stopped. That's more important than just his career. Having said that, do be careful. I would prefer not to have to take the fall.
For sure.
Because if we locate and eliminate this cult, presumably we'd have proof of what they were doing. At which point, we get commendations instead of court-martials. But yeah, that's what he needed to talk to you about. He's glad you're on board. You seem to be having better luck getting information on this cult than they are. So
I will make this binding. This agreement, I'll say, not binding. I will make this agreement official in the Karakin way, and I'll go to shake Jellicoe's hand, but I do the thing where you shake his forearm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He is familiar with the gesture and returns without any trouble.
Yep. So, you have me on board. And he'll nod his head and start heading out.
Yeah. He walks over and unlocks the door.
Uh,
Oh yeah. If any of y'all have anything else you want to mention?
I'd actually, if Cortez leaves, I'll actually follow because I want to discuss with him more about the eye thing that he's got.
Okay.
At least the organization he's setting up.
So Patrick, when did you come in? How much of all this have you heard?
About 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I heard assets. Then I heard him talking about the organization that Cortez had, and that was about it.
So long story short, the war is going poorly now with the forward base gone. That part of the front is kind of collapsing. All the governments have come to the conclusion that the other government is the one that set off this weapon. The Union has decided the cult is not important and ordered basically y'all to stop wasting time on it. Jellicoe and his superior, General Graham, she runs the overall war from the Union side on this world. They've gotten their heads together to basically let y'all keep doing it on the sly. If you get busted, Jellicoe will take the fall, leaving Graham to continue investigating it. Because the two of them are completely convinced that this cult of Ninurta is behind it all.
Mm-hmm. More specifically, the NHP.
Yeah. Well, Ninurta. But, alright, so y'all leave. So, Freddy wanted to catch up with Cortez?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, Cortez leaves. He goes, ooh, it's chilly in there. Just walks off. And then, yeah, we could have that scene.
All right.
Did you want to do a walk and talk, or did you want to talk somewhere in particular? He is actively saying that to you as he's walking.
Yes.
Towards
We can
the
walk and talk.
garage.
We can do both.
Hangar, not garage. Okay.
I caught a little wind of your organization. I'm just happy it was actually you. But the sad fact is, and one unfortunate conclusion, one that I'm pretty sure the twins aren't going to care about, is the fact is that you can effectively completely wipe out the cult. It won't matter. If anything, we're doing exactly what it wants.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Thus the anti-war sentiment. As somebody who is, actively in a war zone, it's a little hypocritical of me to do it, so I have someone else do it.
Makes sense. And trust me, ending a war by any means, particularly peaceful ones.
I don't think peace is a solution.
I'm talking about between the nations here. Because here's the thing that I've picked up. Our immortal friend that we ran into.
Mm-hmm.
I did digging up on him. And ultimately, this seems to be how Ninurta operates. Because
Takes a champion and makes them live forever in their ignominy?
No. What it does is what a lot of one of its more human aspects. How a very cruel thing will find people who are suffering and then turn that suffering on other people. Because our friend here lost... Because our unfortunate terrorist friend lost both his parents in the Second War. and was one of the bidders of the Shiar who didn't know how to handle it, and unfortunately that's how he got into the cult.
Yeah. Well, people are most vulnerable when they have everything to lose, and they will cling on to whatever they need to make sure they don't lose it all.
I don't.
Ironically, signing their death warrant most of the time.
That's just it. The sad truth of it is we can go after the cult all we want, but ultimately, Inerta is the issue at hand.
Yes. So, what do you propose
Let's
we
find-
do to an unshackled AI?
This is part of the reason why I'm going to be getting in touch with Mithras. The sad truth of it is, we need more than just us to deal with this. But I'll need to actually
can't necessarily trust the Union Lancers that are going to he wouldn't say Union. We can't necessarily trust the backup that shows up if it's from people we don't know. Trying to be very surreptitious about that.
There's one option I'm going to have to pull, but I am going to have to go deep. And I was actually just wanting to make sure your organization was at least trying to keep things from going out of control.
I don't want this planet to be a rubble pile.
Well, that's
more
good,
than likely
because
what Nernerta wants. And so, if I can convince somebody to, even if it's not an official parlance, maybe somebody on both sides to parlay, then I will consider my little organization a success.
Which is also why I think one thing mentioned going after Inerta. We need proof that Inerta and the cult is responsible for the detonations. Both sides are convinced of this. We prove them otherwise, it'll at least stop the shooting for the time being. Because everything it wants is escalation.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think you'll find our ideals aligned for the most part. I think you will find our methods maybe differing where we differ. But I do not think this planet needs to turn to ash because unshackled AI wants it to be.
Good. If you excuse me, I've got to go talk to Whip for a bit. So
I think we've gotten to the hangar at this point, and we see the Grid Space Leviathan just start segmenting again.
One of the printers is going. You see, what is clearly the dog's legs.
He's off center. It's off center.
Too real. And yeah, if it pleases the court, my downtime rolls, my downtime rolls are just going to be the same roll twice. So I can just knock it out right here if you want.
Hang on, just a second. All right.
Yeah, go for it.
So on that note, we will go into the month or two little time skip.
Mm-hmm.
So over the course of this month, you will carry on some investigations, I'm sure. But we'll handle the downtime in a moment. You get sent out on a couple of missions. No, these are normal missions. These are these guys are going out and doing what we told them to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
no,
and, I mean, it is
on your guys' side.
It is definitely Union and the League are still trying to win this war.
Mm-hmm.
Look at us going on patrol. It's a whole
Helping
montage.
reinforce things.
That's Charlie Wayne in the goddamn background.
We never said the timeline was really good. Oh my god! In his screen. It took us a second. Yes.
It took you like an hour. And a half.
I noticed it when I noticed
it's
it in
really
the scene with
tiny on my
Patrick.
screen.
I just didn't want to interrupt the scene. I am a professional.
It's weird though, because I was just about to roll back and grab it when you said something. And of course, in this month, you do have the memorial for dear Charlie Wayne Watts.
Jesus.
Wow, you printed it. I thought it was just like a tablet hanging there. That's more impressive that you printed it.
Oh yeah, it's printed. The frame is just poster board.
Mm-hmm.
Basically a leftover piece from when I did all this. No, it's the blue lights that give it that weird tablet look.
The blue light definitely makes it look like a tablet. Well done.
And that really works because, this is the future.
Yeah.
The picture at his memorial is probably in a digital frame.
Yep.
Some kind of weird hologram. Thanks, I hate it.
I noticed it when I was talking with Patrick, but I didn't want to interrupt the scene because we were doing so good.
We had and I'm upset for you, and I can't see anything, so.
You can watch the stream.
Or after game, I'll load a picture of it. I took a picture of it to show to a buddy of mine at work who was very amused at the idea.
It's good. Well played.
Yeah, he runs games too, so yeah, he is a monster.
He's all the monsters.
I say this as also someone who emotionally has scarred people.
I mean, I also say this as someone who has emotionally scarred someone.
I'm currently emotionally scarring somebody.
All of us here are DMs. We get it.
That's the trick. I'm always emotionally scarring people.
I've actually used someone's complete inability to not pun at absolutely everything to get them enslaved by the Fae.
I can see how that would work.
Mm-hmm.
It was a grand time.
But so you get 2 downtime activity rolls during this time period in between various missions.
Mm-hmm.
And Melody and Audrey are with you sometimes, and they're not with you sometimes. They're keeping everything looking normal as far as that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's start with Vika.
Suspicious.
What downtime activities are Vika going to get up in? Yeah, is Vika going to get up to?
I can't remember the name of the one downtime.
I
think it's like get focused.
Get focused. Yeah.
She's gonna get focused. Bump up a skill.
Yes, get focused. All right, that is indeed it.
And the other one is going to be getting some data plating installed.
All right.
And then she's gonna do like other non-downtime stuff, like going to go bug people. But
yeah. But all right, so get focused doesn't require a roll.
Yep.
And what did you say the other one was?
I don't know where it would fall under a downtime activity, or if it would even fall as a downtime activity. It would be getting data plating.
That's not a downtime activity. That's just I'm changing my equipment.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you wouldn't have any trouble changing that then.
And she'll probably at some point just go get a damn drink.
All right.
Either by herself. 1 second.
Will she lose her dignity?
That's the secret, Captain. She has no dignity.
Can't lose what you didn't have.
She look.
20.
She's very good at getting a drink. Alright, so that means you gain 2 from the 10 to 19 list as reserves without losing anything. A good reputation, a friend or connection, a useful item or piece of information, a convenient opportunity.
I will take a useful item or piece of information and maybe a convenient opportunity, and I will let the DM decide what those would be.
Let's see,
useful... I feel like this also falls into the thing of like we're all DMs, we can kind of make our own opportunity.
And a useful item or piece of equipment.
She probably goes to the bar they all went to play darts at or something. Gets 2 drinks, leaves one there.
It's like this is what you're doing during the wake.
Yeah, well, after probably, or like before.
Oh, there's a lot of drinking at the wake.
Well, as Charlie would have wanted.
You know. Specifically, you're drinking Charlie's booze at the wake.
Yeah.
The Mad Dogs show up with Charlie's stash. He wouldn't have wanted to go to waste.
Yep.
He had the most expensive bottle with him
He probably did. He did say he had the good stuff waiting on y'all. But none of it's rot gut, so.
There's Sunday Best in the corner of the hangar drinking till they're drunk.
But yeah, for your opportunity or your item of information, I'm going to leave those blank.
All right.
And through the course of play, if some ideal occurs to you, you can tap that and go, oh, well, this was what it was that I got or that I ran into. Because you were drinking at a bar that a lot of people in the town drink at, people from the base drink at. So there's a wide variety of people you could have run into.
She would make it something... I'll put guardrails on it that she would want to make it. I would want to make it something related to information about the cult, or possibly people that would try to hinder their investigation.
Okay.
Just something to do with their investigation. I'll put those guardrails on it at least.
That makes sense. All right, Carl, what is Tiana doing during her downtime other than getting her flipping arm replaced?
Well, the arm gets replaced, but she's also finishing up the hard light for her NHPs, which she now has 3 of, by the way.
All right, Rabbit, Coquet, who's the next one?
Athena.
Went the other way with the gods.
Naming the NHPs after gods is my thing.
No, that's literally
an actual NHP.
That's an actual NHP.
It's an actual license NHP.
It's a Swallowtail NHP. So they now have hard light bodies and can pick up objects and such. And they're little drones that look like backpacks when they're out.
That's cute.
And the second downtime action is actually not one on the list. She's going to go to try and get Uriah to go out on a date with her.
Oh, shit.
Vika will assist in this endeavor.
Now,
that's what she was going to do. Was threaten her brother.
I thought you'd been adopted as a sibling. What are we in Space Alabama all of a sudden?
No. They made a quiet promise during the stealth mission.
Vika will assist in this endeavor if she needs to apply guilt.
Car and I were DMing back and forth while we were going through that, as them basically doing a combination of basically thinking text messages back and forth at each other.
Yeah, and they're trying to keep each other calm and collected. And then Uriah made a promise, and she's going to try and uphold that promise for him.
I mean, that's a scene. That's not even a roll.
If Vika was gonna one downtime thing she was gonna do is the roleplay was gonna be threatening her brother.
So I'm just picturing her with one hand on Uriah's shoulder and the other one holding one of his wrists back behind his back, marching him to where he's supposed to meet.
No. Just bodily picking him up.
Like a cat that just becomes like this.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right, Car, how does the date go?
Good
And
question.
Eric can obviously chip in with this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting here just going, all right, let's see how this goes.
Oh Lord. I assume Uriah is in his mech.
Combination of that or working. I haven't gotten to like the roles he's making yet, but
She's just gonna find him and be like, "Hey,
hey, Ty, what can I help you
you
with?
got a few?"
Um, that doesn't sound exactly like a question.
It is if you say no.
What is it you need?
I was just coming to claim that promise that you promised me. If you're still up for it.
I did promise that, didn't I?
I mean, I have the message logs.
Yes, so do I. That's after everything that happened between then and now, it's kind of been what my brain has been focused on at the moment.
I figured you needed something to get away with. Something to take your mind off of it, at least.
Oh, there's a lot I want to get away with. I can hear Vika's threatening stare from here.
Vika's just probably somewhere on top of her mech, just
It's like staring down at the two.
she's completely encased in a cloud of nanites, but you can feel the stare.
Now, what'd you have in mind?
No idea. I've never done this before. So
Well, always go out, get some food, get a drink. Try
sounds
to
good to me.
avoid insane egomaniacal nonsense of people trying to run us over with cars and explode into nanite bombs.
Yeah, let's avoid that if we can.
Well, if they do show up, I can just shoot them.
Good to know that you'll be bringing a gun to our date.
Something protection.
Considering what happened last time we went out drinking with everyone else.
I don't blame you. Just saying, good to know.
Probably can hurt for you to have one with you too.
Yeah. Gonna leave the NHPs at home too. Maybe Vika can watch them. They're fine.
I just had a bad feeling. But, well, we could always go into town, go get some food or something.
Sounds good to me. Later tonight.
Sure. Later tonight.
Okay. She walks off to go get ready.
There's giggling from around the corner.
Vika from the top of her mech directly to Uriah. You sound like you're planning a dental extraction. Look, you get a second chance. You get a chance to actually go on a date. Go be happy. One of us deserves a happy ending here. And it'll keep you from murdering everyone in the vicinity for at least 8 to 12 hours, depending on how good the date goes.
As Vika gets a ping that says, "Can you help me pick something out?"
Vika, like, you are asking the wrong person. I'll enlist Cortev and some of the Mad Dog ladies.
Jeez. Cortev, you've been voluntold for an assignment.
Oh, I have wireless headphones. I heard everything.
Okay. I didn't know if you had them on or not because you said be right back.
Yep. Yeah. If anyone texts Cortev, he's 100% in. He knows what fashion is.
Once
Someone in
Tiana,
this group has to do.
once Tiana steps out, the giggling you heard were the NHPs around the corner.
Of course they were. Of course they were.
Uriah just looks around, looks at it, and is like, "Can I help you through?"
As they approach, Kokei,
You already have.
despite the laughing, now takes a serious, not quite mean mugging, but a more serious expression.
Have her home by 10 o'clock.
They trust that you're going to be a gentleman on this date. Rabbit's trying to appear more serious, but it's not really working. Where Athena is new to all this and is just kind of like, what's going on?
What's going on?
I know what a date is. Why is this such a big deal?
Uriah, despite his current frame of mind, he cannot help himself from replying to Kokei's response of, "It depends on how gentle she wants me to be."
Oh no!
There is
Security!
Kokei looks up at wherever Vika would be on her mech, or, in the general vicinity of Vika's mech if she's not visible on top of it.
Rabbit is slowly reaching for a wrench.
Kokei holds her hand up like this, like she's about to slap him in the back of the head, and then looks up at Vika's mech. Permission?
Hey, talk to your pilot. She's the one that asked him. We're not going to kink shame here.
No fun. Go ahead and rap like each other, and they head off after Tiana. Athena stands there for a second. Kink shame.
Just follow them.
And you see her eyes kind of go almost like she's looking at the screen. Oh.
The funny,
Googled that.
the funny thing is Athena is the only NHP that has OmniNet access.
Oh no, she could Google that.
Oh. She probably just saw a lot more than she wanted to.
Safe search.
My eyes!
Considering
Athena
I'm seeing,
is the
She looks
pinnacle of
startled,
total-
and then she just looks at Uriah. Oh, that could potentially be disgusting.
Athena is the pinnacle of total hyperspectral environment facilities, through a combination of unfettered OmniNet access.
Gosh,
Oh, that was like illegal to give
line
NHPs.
kid.
That is the only one that has OmniNet access.
She's a 4chan user.
Just Uriah looks at him and just
4K change.
go follow them.
What? It's like she wants to ask you a question, like exactly which one are we talking about? And it's off to catch you.
But before he leaves, he'll walk over to Vika's mech and just climb up onto it. Wade through the nanite cloud.
It's a lot lankier than it was before.
Yeah. He literally like bodily wades through the nanite cloud to get to her.
If you asked, I could probably have her make that into a ladder.
Probably.
What do you want?
She just gets hugged.
She gives him a hug back. She does not trust her voice.
From all around you in the mech, you hear a slight, "Aww."
Shut up.
I might be the one having been given a second chance. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to punish them for taking yours away.
Don't do anything that's going to get you killed or court-martialed, please. I don't want to have to dig through bodies again.
I can only promise the first one.
Okay, court-martial I can deal with. That's probably happening at the end of all this anyways.
If your enemy goes to ground, leave no ground to go to.
Yeah. Please do not raise the planet. I liked the beach area that we got to stay at. We can always go there after we're considered enemies of the state.
That was one plan.
See if you can help Cortez with something.
I will admit my other option that I strongly am leaning towards is trying to unite the planet against the cult. Give the cult nowhere to go but to be burned away.
Give them a common enemy. Still keeps a war going potentially, but maybe less so. Or it turns the whole planet into a paracausal event and we're a page in a book somewhere.
What else is new? We've survived one of those already.
Yeah, let's not glass this planet. And I'm gonna go. I have to help your girl get dressed.
Yeah.
All right. So Uriah, what are you doing with your downtown activities? Obviously, a date later tonight, but over the course of the month, what are you trying to accomplish?
Yeah.
Well, first off, narrative. He will basically ambush Cortev.
We'll try to
On the
ambush Cortez.
ceiling.
Cortez is very perceptive, so unless you're like on the ceiling,
With a steel chair!
No, it's more like, you might be going somewhere, and just because Uriah keeps tabs on the crew, just going somewhere and suddenly arm from hallway yanks.
Just walking to go get food.
I almost dropped my croissant!
he's eating chicken because I'm eating chicken. How can I help you?
Just holding a piece of chicken.
This organization of yours, how widespread is it?
It's kind of grassroots, so not very. It's just, it's less about widespread. It's more about where you are, where it goes. And truthfully, it's starting to get legs on that as well. But it's just, little bits here and there.
I was speaking with my sister. A few plans we might have. Well, a few plans that I have. I'm trying to decide between about 5 of them.
Okay.
One of them, she brought up, might be a little bit more in your area of expertise. Or I might be able to utilize your assets for. One idea I did have, other than, glassing,
Let's not glass the planet.
was finding a way to unite the planet in common cause against the cult.
It's kind of where I'm going with it.
Basically, give them no safe haven to retreat to.
Puts his chicken in the waste disposal.
Incinerator.
That sounds about aligned with the open eye. But they have to realize that they're being puppeted first.
Oh, I can get them that intel.
Oh, so can I. I've already gotten it to them.
So did I.
I know you did.
So,
But yes.
I could utilize some of my backdoors, systems, things that I put in place when I went hacking through Shinar's infrastructure?
Yeah,
Digital
that's the word.
infrastructure. See if I can't spread the word, make your movement a little bit more widespread. Get what they are preaching and spreading into the right ears.
I like that idea.
See if we
I'm
can.
glad I told you guys.
See if we can't. Let's talk about this. Basically, kneecap the war machine
Yeah.
and turn it to more productive ends, as opposed to politicians being idiots.
Every war effort is kneecapped by a politician deciding that they know better than the people on the floor.
Yeah.
Happened in Karrakin space. It happens here. They'll keep turning.
Yeah. That's how mine and Vika's homeworld kind of is non-inhabitable anymore. And why we lived on a space station before this. So if you can get me that access, I could spread the word for your organization, as it were, after
What do you
my
need?
date.
Hold on.
Wait, what?
No, I just need a second to process that. Continue.
Okay. Other than that, well, that's the main thing I wanted to ask you about, since it's your resources and actually, you're my friends, actually care about you. So I'm at least going to ask before I utilize your resources.
The feeling is very mutual. He pats you on the shoulder. I have maybe not so legally 3D printed through the hangar a very nice outfit for Rabbit. You're welcome.
Thank you.
What, do you want one too?
I don't. I've got an outfit, thank you, but
Okay. But yes, go. I don't want to. I'm not saying this in terms of. I'm not saying this in terms of belittling you and thinking you are otherwise not. But we have just gone through a traumatic event over the last few weeks, and we really haven't had time to process. So go process. Be human.
this is how I process. I work.
Yeah, me too. It's unhealthy.
Too real. Too real.
He's slugged in the shoulder, but
Don't use the robot arm, Jesus.
did I? Oh, sorry.
Somewhere your psychiatrist fans' ears are burning.
And now that out of the way, because
Mhm.
player-to-player permission first.
Appreciate checking in.
I am going to specifically going to burn my A Convenient Opportunity
Okay.
reserve. And I am going to utilize that with a Get Connected via me utilizing Hackfix to hack into Shanar's stuff to kind of like build networks between Cortev's organization and people that, by basically hacking through and like seeing basically people's social media, people who would be more sympathetic to the cause, and kind of like networking them together via convenient opportunities.
Okay, it's like
Building an
you're
algorithm.
directing people towards.
More or less.
Okay. All right, give me a roll.
Do I get a
I was gonna say, what does
advantage?
cashing in the convenient opportunity do for that?
I have no
mechanic?
idea. That's why
I
I'm
believe that
asking.
gives you accuracy. In
Accuracy.
this case, I believe it would
Okay.
give you accuracy.
All right. Not equals. I need a plus sign. 32.
Fucking hell!
It might work.
Maybe. All right, so 20 plus. You get 2 results on the. Oh wait, no, excuse me, I was reading the wrong one. Let's see. On a 20 plus, your contact will help you. No strings attached. Treat this result as a 10 or 19. The next time you get the same organization.
Yeah, I'm specifically utilizing the drum up support for a particular course of action part of this get connected thing.
Well, now get connected is. Hang on. Are you getting connected, or are you getting organized?
Well,
I think he's helping me get organized.
Yeah, I'm not building an organization myself.
He's helping people get connected to his organization.
I'm utilizing Cortev's existing organization, and I'm making a connected role myself to, make connections and basically drum up support for Cortev's organization within Matt Shinar.
Okay, I got you.
Basically add some nos to the to the engine of his machine, as it were.
He server boosted them.
More or less. like someone from his organization doing
in some ways, Cortev is actually the contact you're interacting with.
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
I got you.
Well, Cortev's rep.
like someone in his organization is Twitch streaming, and suddenly someone drops 250 subs. Here you go.
So yes, a raid is here.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you do this little social engineering stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So over this span of time, the open eye is just getting exponential growth. Little groups are popping up, in colleges all over Shinar.
Let's see. I assume Cortev is getting these updates as it's happening. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've never blown up like that before.
I'm just
do you just do it on the Shinar side, or do you try to get league people involved as well? Because there are anti-war organizations on both sides.
That's specifically why I did this narrative stuff first. Depending on how the narrative went, he would be doing stuff like get into a fight and everything. But that's actually one of them. I think it's called gunfight. But no, that would be rule number 2. Doing it again with the league.
Okay. With the league, you're kind of building it's not so much a full organization, but you are organizing these people. Mm-hmm. Where Cortev already had some people organized, and you just kind of went in there and juiced it up.
Yeah.
The main idea is that we're the main goal, and Cortev would explain this to Uriah, is that we cannot seem involved in this process because we are actively fighting the war.
Oh yeah, I will say if Cortev decides to look, see if Uriah has left any digital fingerprints, he's basically a digital ghost. With all this social manipulation and stuff, he basically doesn't exist.
Cool.
Yeah, especially with a role like that.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me your second roll. We'll see how well it does on the league side.
I assume I don't get my D6.
I know you pretty well cashed that one in, yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Would using an existing organization give an advantage? He hasn't built the organization himself. He's using another asset.
That's true. Is there one out there that's kind of doing something similar to the Open Eye within the league?
I think that would still fall under how well do you roll.
That's right.
Whether you find something that makes it easier or not, it's still kind of
okay.
Understandable. So another question for you, Jeremy.
Yes.
Since you're aware of what Uriah is up to,
Mhm.
May I get that empath free
Oh, yeah,
10?
sure.
So I can at least 20 this?
Yeah, for sure.
Guaranteed? All right.
At least 20 of this guaranteed. What a high level answer, people.
Well, I mean, that's with your 10,
It's
then
plus
without
11.
rolling, without rolling, that makes my roll a 21.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I would let that rock. Even narratively speaking, it would make sense because like he did such a great especially since he's done such a stellar job on the Matt Shinar side. Cortez would definitely be like, oh, we could do this on League side, and then that brain blast just hits Uriah at the same time.
I'm just imagining the terror people are experiencing with the very Horus pilot and the guy who is very anti-Horus are suddenly very buddy-buddy and are plotting something.
A lot of conversations by the hangar, and everyone's like, I thought that guy hated Horus.
Yeah.
He's not surrounded by horse. He's just kind of becoming immune to it.
So anyway, roll your dice. Or
Don't
do you
need
get, or do you take
got
the
a
20
10.
instead of the roll?
He got a 10.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
10
okay,
plus
okay.
modifiers
Rolled a
is 21.
10 plus 11, got 21. Because
Gotcha.
I wanted to... Considering how
Ensure
poorly I rolled last week,
He says having rolled a 32.
today,
The dice are
yes.
finicky gods.
but last week it was like single digits, 3/4 of the game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
All right. So basically, yeah, you get an organization up and going, or you push the people together who kind of start one on their own.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of had these not quite fully formed groups, and you kind of shoved a few of them together, Lego style. You
Does
can
that-
at some later date come up with a name for this group.
Does that does the first roll bump up my influence or efficiency?
All right. What is the current influence and efficiency?
Current influence is 0. Current efficiency is 2.
All right. Both of those would go up by +2.
Okay.
Damn.
Dude, you rolled a 30 something.
Yeah. 20 on the org roll is literally +2 on.
Yeah, you
On
get
both.
for the 20, you get +2 on both of them. For a 10 and 19, you get +2 on one or the other.
Mhm.
You know, up to a maximum of +6, so you can't go too
Yep.
crazy with it.
Yeah, that will.
You know,
Other
where
than-
the second organization you've started up, they're starting with the efficiency of +2, and influence of +2. Or at least at the end of this time jump, they've built up to that
Yes.
in a very quick fashion.
Yeah, I'll still mark them down as a reserve. And just because, call it the open hand.
Ha! I like it.
The open eye and the open hand.
Hey, enough about that shit. How'd the date go?
We got our priorities here.
Yeah.
Do I need to roll something for that?
I don't think so. That's a role play.
Yep. Let's give them the week to jabber between each other and come up with something,
Sure.
and we'll start the next session reviewing that.
Reviewing the date. There'll be clipboards.
Critiquing the date.
It's
Oh,
like
Lord.
the coach running plays.
Now we gotta sneak an NHP in there just to record.
Yeah.
All right, so let's drop down to Cortev.
I will be right back.
Cortev has to make the same 2 rolls, so does it really matter?
Well, it depends. If you roll well enough, you could be bumping your.
Oh yeah,
organization.
no. Well, I'm more saying I'm keeping upkeep on the org is all I can do from now on as my downtime rolls.
Gotcha.
I don't have downtime anymore, guys.
We're sorry.
Still time.
Um,
I have to go make a TikTok.
Would you let me use word on the street for this?
Oh yeah,
Gossip, news, or hearsay from the streets, or
Yeah.
from a particular social scene. Social scene being.
this is the online social thing. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool. That is going to be a +9 to this roll.
That's a heavy sounding
Oh.
dice.
It's my big dice. That is 27.
All right, +2 efficiency to both, or +2 to both
+2
efficiency
to
and
efficiency.
to influence,
Which will cap out efficiency.
and leave you with what, a +4 for the other one.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then so Cortev is basically spending all of this time like he prints out the outfit. He prints out the outfit for Rabbit. It's a sensible outfit. He's not having you all hanging out or whatever. It's very nice. Think of
Classy.
think of like a preacher's daughter outfit, like for Sunday.
Okay. Ty's okay with this because she's like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Please help.
And then does print an outfit for Uriah anyway. It's got the bolero thing.
Okay.
And then
Whether he wears it or not.
I don't see where it says you have to spend every downtime action on this though.
Did I read that wrong?
You get organized, you run, improve.
Might have read that wrong then.
I mean, it makes sense that you couldn't just ignore it forever, but
Right.
I mean, you can roll again on this one if you want to, and see
If I don't have
see if you
to,
can
I
boost it
don't
again.
think I'm going to.
But yeah, I don't see where it's saying yet you have to. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Back up at the top of the page on the next column.
Yeah, I thought so. I was like, pretty sure I saw it. So
You must roll for your organization every downtime after you start one, but the roll doesn't count as a downtime action.
Thank God. Let's go.
So you just roll to see how it's been going.
I have 4 downtime activities, guys.
Oh God.
All right, so I'll roll the other one real quick.
I'm not apologizing.
Wow. I rolled at 18 again. So 27.
I think it's going pretty well, Cortev.
I think you've pretty well maxed out the open eye then.
Yes.
And that second roll would count as an actual downtime action.
Huh?
You
Oh
had
no,
two-
I just
You had 2.
if I have two, I have to roll get organized, so I just rolled it for
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. So I just got them both out of the way.
All right,
So
so
that's
what
that's how the
2
org is
actual
doing.
actions are you taking then?
All right, so I think Cortev, while doing that, is going to get focused.
Okay.
Is going to just like anytime he's not spent meddling in the personal affairs of some of his co-pilots, is just nose to the grindstone, trying to think of skills that would be useful that he could learn in a training simulations or online or stuff like that.
All right, so you can pick out for each of these actions if you're going to get
I'm gonna
focused
do
on
it
both
once.
of them. Oh, you're going to do it once. All right. So pick out a +2 trigger, a new +2 trigger, or improve a trigger from +2 to +4, +4 to +6.
I think as far as that goes, I think he'll be picking up a new skill trigger just for narrative sake because he's trying to think outside of the box in this.
He's trying to broaden his horizons.
Yes. So I'll come back to what it actually is. Probably
that's fine
by session.
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
that's what he's doing. And then
and then for the other one,
and I think for the other one, let's see, scroll. I think for the first time, there's an apex of this while he's training, and he finds a moment and is like, okay, I'm not getting any better than I am. And for the first time this campaign, he gets a damn drink.
Whoa.
Holy.
It's just he's kind of he can't burn himself out. He has to maintain presence.
He realizes he's burning the candle on both ends.
Yes.
So he sticks one end in a beer to put it out. All right,
Yeah.
give me a roll.
All right. That is just 17 on the dice, so I'm not rolling under 20, I guess.
All right, so you gain 2 from the 10 to 19 list as reserves and don't lose anything.
Cool.
So good reputation, a friend or connection, a useful item or piece of information, a convenient opportunity.
Okay. I'm gonna gain a good reputation. I think Cortebs, even though he's here to get a damn drink, as it were, I think in this moment he unfortunately figures that he can use this opportunity to not schmooze to the higher ups, but just show he's here. He is loyal to the cause, to union officials who may be there at the bar as well. So I think he wants to get a good reputation as far as them.
So you managed to put forth the appearance of someone who totally accepts the orders that have come down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the cult was suspicious or whatever, but yeah, it's probably not a big deal considering how the war's going,
It's I think it's less that. I think it's not, it has nothing to do with the cult. I think it's just, okay, the war is falling, so he's pretending to be pragmatic about it and being like, okay, you're right, we have to still win this war.
Pragmatic, towing the company line, so to speak.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think I'll use this other reserve as a convenient opportunity.
Okay. Just jot down that you've got a convenient opportunity.
Yes.
And it has to be something that would make sense that you would have gotten at this bar.
For sure. For sure.
Maybe you saw some higher up in Union, at the bar with someone other than his wife. It's a convenient blackmail opportunity. Or, just as a random example.
Sure.
It's just got to be something that makes sense that you'd go to a bar and have gotten this.
Yeah, so good reputation with Union Brass, and then a convenient opportunity.
All right.
Makes sense in the ball. Got it.
Then let's jump over to Freddie. Patrick, what has Freddie been doing in this downtime? I thought Patrick was back.
Hello?
All right.
There he is.
Yes, you're here now.
Hey.
All right, so what is Freddie doing in his downtime?
One of two things.
Well, he gets two things to do, so...
Yeah.
So the first of two things, carry on.
Because this being that the one thing that will actually, as to the conversation with Cortev, the one thing that I know that will actually kind of prove to both sides who was responsible for the start of it.
Mm-hmm.
Whip was active, and I was actually watching when the bomb detonated.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go through that data.
Okay.
Because if I can find any way of linking to actually kind of prove where that actually originates from, that gives us at least a solid bit of information that neither the Shinar nor us were responsible for that.
Alright, so this would be a gather information then?
Yep.
Yeah, that looks like probably the best one.
We go active mode. And I am having Whip give me a hand with this too.
Okay, that's fair. Alright, so give me a roll and gather information.
Hold on, let me get advanced dice roller. Yep. $11. 31.
Just roll a 20. You get what you're looking for with no complications. So you're trying to gather more evidence.
Both evidence of and the nature of the weapon itself.
All right. So what you the evidence you managed to get, or managed to piece together out of your logs, probably looking through other people's logs, you get
Uriah's logs, and with that roll, it's be literally on the back of his mech going through his logs.
But so you assemble a pretty solid case for it not being League or Shinar. From y'all scans, from the audio of when Charlie was talking to you.
Yeah.
Because the mech just kind of popped up, and their sensor, the scans of it identified it as not League or Shinar, or Union for that matter.
Correct.
Now, how are you going to circulate this information? Are you just trying to send it up the Union chain of command? Are you trying to get it out to the public? Are you sending it to all three governments involved? What are you planning to do with this?
Multiple fronts. Both Union command, through both governments, and through the Eye. Essentially, if everyone is seeing the same information, it's harder for everyone to actually say, no, that's not true.
I guess
Cannot be refuted.
Now, are you doing this anonymously, or are you putting your name on all this?
That was a conversation Cortev and you had at the same time.
Yeah.
So it sounds like anonymously?
Yes.
Okay.
Because this way, they can't, because if it's coming from if it doesn't look like it's coming from Union sources, they can't say it's Union propaganda from either side.
Right. It's basically, it just seems like people on, each side, it just seems like their people,
Yeah.
ran across this information or came with this information. Okay. So that causes some kerfluffle. The anti-war groups take it and run with it. Now, this doesn't specifically prove that it was the cult. It's more that you've eliminated
Either side.
You've eliminated the actual people that were being looked at as the actual suspects, which does cause people on every side to look at their own governments a little suspiciously. And there's lots of conspiracy theories about this being some kind of cover up, or there being some fourth party and unknown party involved, which is kind of how the Open Eye was already leaning.
I'll just assume you did finger guns.
Yep.
But so that's one thing you did. What are you gonna do for your other action?
Out of the way. I am going to actually get in touch with Mithras.
All right. Would this be? This might be get creative because you're using a contact or getting in touch with a contact.
Get creative. All right.
Yes, when you want a contact to do something to help you out.
All right. Still a 20.
Fuck.
Just my first roll divided by 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you roll a 10 on the dice instead of a 20 on
Oh,
the dice.
2. I apologies. Math.
All right. So that comes out to a total of 21. Your contact will help you with no strings attached. All right. You get in contact with Mithras. This time you're actually in verbal communication with him. It's not just, weird text or whatever.
There, yeah.
It's a highly encrypted communication, but
Well, first off, how things been going for you?
it's been hectic of the last few weeks.
Yep. I was there when the anthill got kicked. Do you have ants on this planet or something similar? I kind of explain what ants are just in case he doesn't understand.
They have something similar, yes. Though they didn't actually bring any ants with them. Or the original colonists didn't bring any ants with them. But he gets the reference. He had been concerned that you and your group might have been in Base Achilles when it was destroyed.
No, we lost a real one, though.
My condolences.
He-
We've all lost people in this war.
Yeah. I've also spoken to, and this is me, Patrick, not forgetting the guy's name, the UTC, as you call him.
UTC. Oh, you mean the UTF?
UTF,
The
yeah.
Unfortunate Terrorist Friend.
Yeah.
I was using your term.
Yeah.
I just abbreviated. Yes, he's aware of that. He's aware of that. Yeah.
Because that's what I'm. Which is why I actually want to get to the root of the problem. Ninurta itself. Have you had any? I would actually call it luck in this instance, tracking down, or at least where it might be. And by that I mean its actual
location.
Correct.
That is what he's been trying to do this entire war. He's been continually tracking down bases and outposts. There's been a few times that he thought maybe this would be the actual main site, and it wasn't. It was just like a staging ground, or or one of their larger bases where they kept, maybe where they kept, some printers to produce their mechs or what have you. What he's able to give you. Let's see here. He is able to give you a few leads that he's been gathering, a few areas that he thinks may be important.
Well, hopefully we can actually stay in more close contact, so we can actually compare notes further down the road.
But yeah, with a 20+ year contact will help you, no strings attached. Yeah, he's ready to keep an open line of communication.
Good.
He's been concerned because even when he finds where Ninurta's at, he's been concerned about trying to take the place down on his own. Having, if your squad was there to help him out, that would be great. And your presence might call in Shinar forces, and perhaps you could call in,
Union and even the
League, perhaps. We would all have to have enough proof of what had gone down.
We've been working on that too. So
yeah, and as y'all discuss, if if you fill him in, he had noted that information getting loose had basically tore the government's explanation of what went down, kind of tore that to pieces. So now, instead of the citizens just writing it off as, a weapons test or a secret weapon gone wrong, or and being something to be nervous and scared about. Now it's this whole kind of, it's the unknown. The government's been lying to us about it. And that's on, he's noticed it on the Shannara side, but that's what's happening on the League side as well. So, all right, you may now contact Mithras without having to make rolls for it.
All right, good. And as Freddy gets to walk away, I do the classic one more thing in full Columbo style.
He totally wouldn't get the reference, but okay.
You mentioned that you've been tracking down several of its previous sites. Do you have a record of this? Because I actually want to see if a pattern was emerging, or something that maybe I would catch but you haven't. At least some of the extra information.
He's like a second set of eyes on it, would not be bad. And he sends you that information.
All right.
All right. That was your second one, right?
Correct.
All right. All right. So during this downtime, like I said, you're sent on several missions. Sometimes it's patrol. Sometimes it's to try to shore up an area. Sometimes you go in as backup just to help other forces make a safe withdrawal. Patrick, do you share the information Mithras gave you with Commander Jellicoe? Because he
Yes.
during this time he is having regular regular off the book meetings with y'all.
Yes, because I actually can. There's one thing I want to do is see if I can track a pattern.
Okay.
Because anytime he believed Mithras had a lead as to where it was, I'm seeing if we can actually figure out Inerta's movements.
Fair enough. But one thing that does come up, there is a location. It was a sort of resorty style place. There's a sea that runs along a big section of the border. I did put a map of the planet in the handouts, didn't I?
With 4 sessions left to go, yes, you did.
Yeah,
Well, I think I
Helenos.
did that back at the very
Yeah.
I think you did it when we went on vacation.
That's so many.
The
I don't want to scroll all the way back. That's
No,
probably
it's in the
just gonna
handouts.
Yeah, it's in-
go in the
It's in the handouts on
resources.
roll 20.
Roll 20.
Yeah, I just threw them on roll 20.
Good.
Let me jump over there where y'all can see. Or where anybody else can see.
Okay,
And we
we're
can
so
see
looking
where
for-
you're pointing.
Yeah, so this
Alright, we're
little
looking
sliver
for-
over here is like an interior sea that separates Match and R. It's not the entire
Yes.
border. Y'all been passing
Yeah,
back and forth down here all the time.
Yeah, because the
Like Dead Center?
island right there, that's where the beach episode was, correct?
No, that's it wasn't an island. Y'all were over here.
I don't know. Are you watching the stream to see where he's pointing?
No. So, but I'm looking at the map and I can see the inland sea. Yes.
Yeah, it's a little sliver of one on the full size map. I'll circle it
Okay.
and show you in the Discord like later.
Yep, yep.
Thanks.
Kind of like the Dead Sea.
Or one of the Great Lakes, just something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, one of the locations he's currently suspicious of, it's an area through there that was like a lot of summer homes for the wealthy, not big full palatial estates, but kind of just a small, fairly nice almost gated community kind of thing, except it's all built on kind of a artificial lagoon. Connected to this sea, but it's shallow, shallow waters, very vacationy sort of place. It hasn't been too bad damaged in the war. I mean, obviously nobody's been using it regularly.
Yep.
Because there's no strategic importance. But he has noticed or suspects that some members of the cult have been using it off and on. And with it being designed as a getaway for the wealthy, it seems to have quite a what's the word I'm looking for here? What's the super internet called in this setting?
Omninet.
Omninet.
It's got it's got a lot of Omninet infrastructure and stuff to it. And when he looks back over some records of work that's been done there, a lot of very specialized computer equipment had been moved to that area. So he expects they've got some sort of, essentially like a server farm or data storage concealed there somewhere. But he has not had an opportunity to get there and check. When y'all bring Jellicoe in on this, Jellicoe notes that this is a bit north of where like the line broke. So like the bulge that Union's trying to defend, fight back, it's a little north of that. But it's also an area that Shinar has pulled some forces from. Jellicoe might be able to make an excuse to send y'all into that general area. If y'all are interested, if you think that's a lead you want to check out. Jellicoe is mostly leaving the investigation aspects of this to you.
It's worth a shot.
If we don't have any other leads right now.
Anti-war sentiment's going great on Matt Shinar. Thanks for your assistance, folks.
I got bored.
Yeah, Jellicoe's really impressed with the work y'all did with those organizations.
Glad I brought it up when I did.
How'd the date go?
We're going to cover that next week. Eric and Carr have to work out how that went.
Mm-hmm.
There was a gunfight for some reason.
So y'all are sent to that area to harass that,
This
on
date,
paper. The ideal is you and another squad or two go and kind of harass in that area to try to pull forces from the main push.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jellicoe works with this whole fake, a spotter unit that went out and, vehicles damaged or, couldn't get back, and they're sending you deeper into Shinar territory to try to retrieve them. That's all faked. There's nobody to actually have to retrieve, but it gives you an excuse to go
We'll still
a little across
like
the border and back.
We'll still do comms like retrieve the vehicle, head it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
He trusts you to be able to fake that sort of information. Now, let's jump you over here.
We have a map?
We has a map.
Oh, shit.
We have a new
Oh no, a map.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure that this is a map actually designed for Lancer by somebody.
It sure is. Look at that.
I can't remember
That's
where I
impressive.
got it from, though, but I had a whole folder of it. I don't know where it came from.
I like the Pac-Man lily pads.
work.
Now you can't unsee it.
I can't unsee it.
I hadn't seen it until you said something.
Yeah.
I just saw lily pads and didn't think nothing of it. Now, you will notice on the map key, the solid lines dictate hard cover. Dotted lines dictate something that gives you soft cover. They're color-coded, so you can glance and see their size, though individual buildings are outlined, so you recognize the size of the building. It is magnificent.
Yes.
And the art style reminds me of 2-minute tabletop.
It does.
I don't know if they actually use those assets or not, but
They do look like 2-minute tabletop assets, just given a not even a sci-fi spin, just a swampy spin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the buildings.
Yep.
But anyway, your approach to this place has not gone completely unnoticed. Shinar forces are moving in because you are, encouraged on their side. So, starting off, you guys will be starting on this side. It says, player
side. Yeah.
Yep. The dog will have to fit in somehow.
So yeah, y'all can start anywhere on that side, anywhere on that green line.
Yep. I have a shredder drone out.
All right, feel free to throw that down.
I have a gigantic sword now.
I am back in the Hydra.
Oh. Got tired of the other one, huh?
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's just the roles that I made it for or had been taken up already. So
okay.
I did the other one to have like a stopgap for when we don't have a sick hacker like the Lich and Melody.
You don't right now. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But I can still do pretty good here.
All right.
But what I was going to say was that when everyone's mech booted up, I assume it showed like who is in your squad on your side. Mm-hmm. You would notice that Ty's mech is no longer called the dog; it's called Wild Dog, in honor of Charlie Wayne.
Yep.
Oh. Single tier.
It's called what dog now?
Wild Dog.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's right. You'd mentioned that other week.
Now, considering the amount of horse we encountered, I thought it would just be called Up Dog.
You don't want to draw that kind of attention.
We already have it.
Okay is sad that it's not called Up Dog, but...
Alright, you can see where the enemies are coming in. These are the guys you currently see. There are more coming in regularly. Your mission...
Should you choose to accept?
And you kind of have it at this point. You have to get across the map to the objective zone.
Mm-hmm.
The objective zone is where the all this computer infrastructure has been set up. But it's all up under the ground. Possibly using water cooling, who knows. But, so you have to get across. You have to spend a round in the zone, making a... Where's Copcon? Oh, where's my Copcon? There it is.
Contested check so many times.
Would it be system? No, it would not be systems. It would be...
Tech attack or...
Probably.
Okay.
Actually, take attack. No. You have to get there and make an engineering roll to basically get tapped into it.
I will say Uriah will start on top of the dog.
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, you have to get there. You got to spend a round. Basically, you have to get there and then spend like the entire following round getting into their systems, extracting whatever information you can. You also have to be alone in the zone. Because if an enemy is close enough to be there with you...
Okay.
I thought you meant just
Not
one
solo.
of us.
Yeah, not solo.
No enemies in it.
Correct.
Gotcha. Understood.
It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
And you have to do that and then get back to your starting zone.
Okay.
Out of character question. Can the dog still dig?
Dog can still dig.
Okay.
The question I was going to ask, are these civilian buildings or these military buildings?
Oh, this whole area is civilian.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're sort of in McMansion area, so
Yeah. Now, the people that own these places aren't going to be anywhere nearby with the war going on. Their employees that are hired to keep the houses up are probably still there.
do not kill the help.
Especially don't kill the help.
I'm not going to. It's just like, come on.
Yeah, Commander Jellicoe is like, there's the mission. This is a war zone. We understand. Try to be careful of civilians as much as you can.
Everyone turn on your dash cams.
Already on.
So who wants to start on y'all's side? Well, once y'all get a range where y'all want to start at.
So we can see these enemies, right?
Yeah, those guys are the ones that are they're converging on you kind of as you get there.
So they actually there right now, or?
Yeah, they are there right now.
Yes, they are there right there. There right now.
Double checking is the what looks like water, swampy area, difficult terrain.
No. It is it's like this is kind of an artificial lagoon. It is specifically not very deep. It's just deep enough that you could wade in it or
it's aesthetic
canoe.
Purposes.
Right.
Yeah.
It's deep enough you could canoe in it and kids could play in it. And it gets a little bit deeper the further out you go, but it's such a gentle slope up to the land that it's not going to give your mechs any trouble.
It goes up to like our mech's ankle or something.
Well, except for your eye.
I can, if you don't mind me going first.
I
have some fun toys.
Well, if you mind me going first, because since my railgun fires in a line, I can hit both of these guys at one shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, where's downside of this? So much stuff. Bulwark mods. They upped CompCon again, didn't they? Okay. Reactions for movement. That's not what I'm looking for. Well, first one, I'm going to do a protocol. Take aim.
Okay.
I'm going to then also... Why did that not... Going to fire the railgun. Shooting at both of these two.
That will potentially clip both of them. That is, I believe, an ace and a berserker. All right, let's handle the ace first. Give me an attack roll.
Uh, 18.
All right, his evade is a 15.
All right, and I am reducing one of my... Essentially, I'm reduced because of take aim. I can reduce it to add an additional dice of damage to this hit. Actually, wait, no, that's only on a crit. I apologize.
Okay. So you score a hit. This triggers his reaction barrel roll. The ace performs a barrel roll, moving 6 spaces in any direction and causing the attack to miss. The movement ignores engagement and does not provoke a reaction.
But he's down a barrel roll.
Yes, there is a recharge on that, so he'll have to make the roll before he can use it again. So let me move him 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, he'll just move the 5 here because he can move up to 6. So he's keeping that rock a little bit between him and everybody at this point.
Gotcha.
All right, now roll for the Berserker, who does not get to barrel roll.
17.
All right, his evade is a 10, so that definitely hit.
All right. While I'm thinking about it, because oversized caliber did not come into play. I don't know why CompCon does that, but, here we are. That's 5 plus... Go. CompCon. Alright, so that is 14 points of damage.
All right, 14. He is resistant.
No, he isn't, as I switched my paracausal mod onto the railgun.
Ah, that does make a difference.
So he cannot reduce the damage in any way.
All right. All right. Anything else you can do?
Let's go back to that. Alright, and I can, after that, I can still move as I'm skirmishing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I still got my free action, so I'll go ahead and I will make the dog invisible.
Okay.
The wild dog invisible, I'm sorry.
All right, put the little ninja mask on the wild dog to show that he is indivisible.
And since I actually did a full movement, I also have my flicker field, so I count as invisible at present.
Fair enough. All right, and next up.
Where did the ace end up? Is that them right there?
That's-
by the...
yeah.
That's them hiding behind this big rock. Yeah.
Gotcha.
However, it also means his dodge reaction, his barrel roll, has been used.
Yes. He'll have to recharge it on his round. All right, let's see what does the Rainmaker back here want to do?
You said it's a system roll when we get there?
Yes.
Okay. You'll hear on comms, if you guys can get me to the target, I can handle it while y'all are fighting everything else.
He's like, I'll go make friends with the guys up north.
How big are you right now?
How big is my mech?
Yes.
Size 1.
Size 1?
Hold on to my hand. Adventure!
Basically. Because
I'm just me above table. I'm like, I am the one that has 6 to my system, guys.
no, yeah, I figured. But I did re-equip the synthetic muscle netting.
Ooh, sick.
So
Adventure.
I can literally grab, since you're small enough for it, I can grab you and just go full speed ahead. And off we
I'm
go.
going on an adventure.
Cool.
Basically.
But he's calculating, so we'll see how far that plan goes.
Yeah.
All right, you gotta be within sensors to get a lock on, I think. All right, so no locking on. All right, the Rainmaker advances and then fires its missile pod.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
arcing. It has knockback. It is reliable, and it can attack up to 3 characters at a time.
Oh boy.
Yippee-ki-yay.
So Vika, Grid Space, and Whip are all taking missile.
Okay.
All right.
My defense
First-
in this.
First attack will be on Vika.
Yeah.
24.
Misses. No, it hits.
That's 6 damage. It's a crit, so that is 12 damage. It has knockback 1 on it.
I am already at the edge of the map.
Aha! Flaw in your plan.
I mean, I could technically move further back, but
See, that's fine.
all right.
You still got a toe in the map, so that's good enough. All right, next up is Grid Space.
Yep.
23.
23 will hit.
All right, 12 points of damage.
Okay.
You're knocked back 1. And Whip.
Cool.
18.
50-50.
Oh, that's right, because you're invisible. So I'll go. If it's low, it doesn't hit you. Rolled a 19, so it hits you.
All right.
But it was not a crit this go round, so only 6 points of damage for you.
All right.
Then it will boost. And move here. To try to get a little bit more cover, break line of sight a little bit more. And then that's it for his turn. Who wants to go on y'all's side?
Uriah, do you want to play pool along?
Would you two like to go on an adventure?
I think they already have. Or
I
maybe it was a
mean,
misadventure. We'll find out next week.
Okay.
It's because you're currently on the dog. Because so if I move, you're away from grid space. So
No, that's fine. So I will. Okay. So I will one quick action. I will activate my Spaceborne EVA. And I'm also I'm gonna say I'm just gonna go ahead and boost, but I reach out, I grab grid space. 1, 2,
touch
5, 6,
somebody.
7, 3, 4, 5,
Now,
6.
you said you were on top of the dog, right?
Wild dog, guys.
Yeah, he just hops off and just falls. 1, 2. Jeremy, will you roll a d6 for me, please?
Of course. My favorite part of this session. 3.
Cool. Hey, Jeremy, you are in these bushes now.
Sick.
And I am here.
If I'm reading this right. Oh no, I'm just one up. I don't have hardcover. I was like, do I have hardcover in these bushes randomly?
No, that's soft cover.
Okay.
So that's move, boost, and I take 3 heat total for all that movement. Yeah, but that is my turn.
Just here. I got. All right. I think I got it from here. Give him hell, buddy.
Just imagine
After
just the wakes go.
After the initial.
Oh yeah, he recombobulates in like 6 seconds.
There's like a slight delay of all of the pieces catching up.
Yeah. They just follow. They follow the main bit like Pikmin.
No, all you hear is just like suddenly you hear the sonic ring sound.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's see.
Did you take heat from that? All that?
He did.
3.
He's standing in water. Does it cool him down? No.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't follow BattleTech rules.
He is the shortest one, so I mean, technically,
I mean,
Fully submerged.
just there's a
What do we-
snorkel.
well, actually, specifically because of my Spaceborne talent, every mech I have has an EVA module in it, so I can operate underwater without any difficulty.
All right, Eric, what is Uriah's E defense?
Not grand. Why?
Because that's being attacked.
Cool.
Only
like
a 13 though.
I mean, that still hits.
Okay.
It's like that's the thing that I'm not great at, so that's what you hit me with.
Oh, I got to roll his 2 accuracy. Oops.
Which I find interesting that Uriah, the guy who seems to go out of his way to excel at electronic warfare, didn't change his password.
Staggeringly vulnerable to it.
Well, that's the
The character's
unfortunate
good
part
at.
of. That's the unfortunate part of the mech is its E defense is really low.
Yeah.
Good luck ever hitting it, like with regular conventional weaponry. But
All right, so you have been hit with a marker rifle.
oh, fun.
Target receives lock on.
Crayola marker.
For as long as they have lock on, they are also shredded and can't hide or become invisible.
I don't think he was planning on doing that.
No, probably not. But there's a synergy with another mech on the board that lock on.
I'm sure there is.
Oh, fun.
All right.
Never mind.
Then he moves there. And as a quick action, he activates his cloaking field. There's a burst 3 cloaking field that lasts to the end of their next turn. The scout and allied characters within the affected area are invisible. I'm not going to bother marking where that is because he doesn't have anybody adjacent to him. But I will put the little ninja mask on him so we know he's indivisible.
I cast Sneaky Sneaks.
Is it a full action when you get in the zone, or is it just a quick action?
You get in the zone, and then you have to spend a full turn doing it.
Full turn.
Get in the zone.
Understood.
Auto zone.
And don't forget, you have to be in there by yourself.
Yeah. Well,
No-
allies can
no
be there.
enemies.
Yeah, no enemies.
That's what I was referring to. Sorry.
Okay.
So, like, if there was an enemy standing there and you jumped in, but then that enemy got, blown up by one of your buddies, then you're good to go the next round.
Gotcha.
Or even if he's there at the beginning of the next round, as long as he's dead or moved before your turn comes up, you'd be good. All right, But back over here, who's going next on the workshop side?
I will go. You said this is regular terrain, yes, for our mechs.
Correct.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's just movement. I missed having 8 movement versus 7. It actually makes a huge difference.
Don't it though?
I am going to I'm going to skirmish with my black spot targeting laser
Okay.
onto this one's invisible, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That doesn't mean you can't target him. It just means he's got a 50. Even if you hit him, there's a 50-50 chance you miss him.
Yeah, fuck it, we ball. It's a targeting laser. I'm going to target the untargetable.
Parry
Magic
this,
missile
you
into the
filthy
dark.
casual.
All right.
Or is that versus his evade or his e-defense? Never mind, it doesn't matter with him.
This is. It doesn't matter with that one?
No, his evade and his e-defense are the same.
Oh, I see. Okay. Ready? Okay, so on my end, it's a. Man. 23.
All right, that's a hit, potentially.
Mhm.
If I roll low, then it misses. And I rolled a 6.
Ooh. Is that a 6 on a d20?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, cool. So that is 1d. No, wait. It is it's a crit too. Hell yeah. All right. So, I'm gonna roll damage. 1d3 plus 1. It's 2 energy damage. I don't give a shit about that. Drone.
I just won't bother to mark it down then.
No, mark it down. It still
You
matters.
said you didn't care.
I said I don't care. I think these guys are going to care.
Go ahead. Carry on.
Drone, seeking, and nexus weapons all gain +1 accuracy to the target until the end of their next turn.
Okay.
And because I crit, they also receive lock on.
Oh, nice.
Does that like magically apparate them, or is it still? Are they still invisible for all intents and purposes?
They're still invisible.
Okay, wanted to make sure.
I can fix that.
I'm sure. And then just looking through all my cool stuff here. Is this within sensors? This is within sensors. Awesome. I will. Send out a Tempest drone in that area. I know we're not playing BattleTech rules, but it'd be really cool if the Shocky thing did really good in the lagoon. Anyway. 10 away, so 1, 2.
Okay, he's only like 7 or 8 away from you, so.
Yeah. So I'll put it right there.
Okay.
I'll fiddle with the hit points here in a sec. But it is there. It is starting to hum. And it's Tempest. And overcharging just gives me a quick action, right? It doesn't give me a full action.
Correct.
Cool. Then that is it for me.
Okay.
I could overcharge boost, but I think keeping I think I want to keep this guy where he is right now. I think that is important.
All right.
Also, boosting for 1 just feels really bad.
Well, you could go ahead and move 2.
I could, but
Get all the way into the back of the thing.
mm-hmm. All right. So that is strong.
All right, we're gonna let this other ace go. So ace 2. Got a move of 8. A range of 10. Yeah. So he's going to move right here. Which puts him close enough to shoot Vika. With his missile launcher, it is seeking.
So it goes against E defense, I believe.
No. Seeking means it doesn't.
It doesn't have to
ignores
follow a
cover.
straight path.
Yeah. He doesn't have
Gotcha.
to have line of sight. It zips around.
Yeah.
It also has smart. That's the one that attacks
That's
your
the
E
E
defense.
defense.
That is a 16 to hit your E defense.
Yep.
All right, that is 6 points of damage.
All right.
Then he will boost a move again. Yeah, we'll go right
That was
there.
also 9:15.
Yeah, we're gonna finish this round up. That'll be it.
Cool.
All right, that is his turn.
Making aware of the time.
Thank you. And back to the workshop.
Car, if
I'll
you
go
want
next.
to go ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to move up 4. So I'll be here. First thing first, quick action simulacrum. On this guy right here, basically on his point and 3 out from him is basically, I know everything about his mech and he can no longer be invisible ever.
Which one? Where now?
Holy shit.
The one. Athena constructs a perfect real-time and fully interactive 3D model of Blast 3 area, range 50.
Yowza.
Within range 50. This includes moving characters, all rendered in lovingly extreme detail. I have full visibility, but it doesn't count as line of sight. You know all statistics, weapons, systems of the character within the affected area. They do not get a roll for that. Hostile characters within the affected area don't benefit from cover and can't hide or become invisible. And hostile characters that end their turn in the affected area have received lock-on and cease to become invisible or hidden.
Okay.
Then the next thing I'm doing is plopping down a Lotus projector, which is a burst 2 area right next to this guy, and now I know all of his statistics as well.
Oh, Jesus.
Who's the other one?
The ace directly below me, south.
Okay, gotcha.
You took battle intelligence. It's like, this is mine now.
Sliding directly into those DMs.
Oh, by the way, that combat data I send out to everyone.
Hell yeah. There's a little drone there too, but you already knew about that.
And because
sorry.
And because my NHP is the one who did the simulacrum, I get a free action called Transmuting Spark, which is a line 3 on the ace The ace takes 2 AP energy damage. No roll.
The ace is 1, 2, 3, 4 away from you.
3 according to this line.
Count the hexes.
Oh, you're doing okay. So
Yeah, the map came with hexes,
technically,
so I've got the grid.
No grid.
I would have moved here then if that was
yeah.
the
If
case.
you had
but
the movement, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. I have 6 movement. I've only moved 5.
All right. Make the attack roll then,
Okay.
or just that. Was
I don't-
It just
It
happens.
just happens.
Well, a line is an area of attack.
Yes, but according to this,
Doesn't seem like there's
project
any
a
other opponents.
line 3 lightning arc as a free action. Characters of your choice in the line take 2 AP energy damage.
Okay.
I do not roll.
Fair enough. Now, that is ace number 1, who had been undamaged.
And my transmitting spark die ticks down to 2.
Okay.
When it gets to 0, it becomes a range 8 attack and deals 6 damage.
Oh, orbital strike.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. The ace you just did that to is going to shoot you with his missile launcher.
Okay.
What is your E defense?
14.
16.
Oh, I also benefit from soft cover if that matters. Because of skirmisher, at the start of my turn, you gain soft cover. You lose it. I did an attack. Never mind. My bad.
All right. So 16.
You didn't take an
Yes.
attack action though.
The transmuting spark doesn't count. It's a free action. So yeah. Attack or force another character to make a save.
Hmm.
And none of your stuff made him do a save. It was just unfortunate woe into you.
And transmuting spark just happens.
All right. Let me roll a difficulty
D6.
dice then. So that becomes an 11.
Nope.
All right, and then he will move. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He will boost. Get on the other side of this house. And that's it for him. I believe we have a Vika left.
Mm-hmm. That's the only one on my side. Or our side.
Hear that, guys? It's her side.
I'm the only one on this line right now. It's my side. Alright. Yep, I've got enough movement. Moves up to here. Introduces herself.
Hello.
Oh, whoa.
Archer number 2 is not happy with this.
As they should not be.
Oh, no, Archer number 1, excuse me. There is no Archer number 2.
Just making sure I mark down all my stuff real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And gonna skirmish with the nanocarbon sword. $22.
Oh, that's going to hit.
It's like I'm double checking all my stuff. I'm like, jeez. The +6. Ooh. Because of Predator, I deal maximum possible damage on a crit. And they also get 1 knockback.
Okay. I'll go ahead and move him back here then.
So they take 10 from the just maximum damage, 1 knockback from Predator, 3 additional kinetic damage from the wide arc,
Okay.
and a I think it's a D6 from something else. Let me double check it. Oh, yeah, overpower caliber. So let me just roll the D6 just in the thing.
All right.
Three. Oh,
That
6.
was you. Why are you rolling, Patrick?
Oh,
All right, so
Uh,
Zay rolled a 6.
Mm-hmm. So it was the 10, the 3, and the 6, so 19 points of damage.
Oh God.
Any of that armor piercing?
No, I don't believe so.
So,
Yeah,
yes.
none of it is
Took a
armor
crap load of damage.
Mhm.
But he
You
is
got
still
another
up.
one of those in you?
Pardon?
He's still up. I was asking if you have another one of those in you.
I moved and boosted, so I can only skirmish.
Yep.
Oh,
Unless you overcharge skirmish again.
How personally did you take that knockback?
how personally she's just taking everything right
He
now.
wasn't the one that knocked her back. He hasn't gone yet.
He should have.
Good.
Like, let him
mean-
go.
Do you want to
Let
prevent
Mom-
him from going?
Yeah. How on a scale of 1 to 10, how rough is he looking?
Let's see. On a scale of 1 to 10, he would look like about a 2.
And we took that personally.
There it is.
So we'll go ahead and overcharge. I'll take the heat.
Okay.
Sorry, boy. We're gonna put you down.
Nothing personal.
Nothing
Actually,
personnel
everything
shit.
personal. Yeah, everything personnel.
God, I hope not.
So executioner won't. That one won't. I'm just double checking what of my stuff applies. All right, we'll just. It's just. Is it a barrage, a full attack, or just a skirmish?
No, it's just another skirmish.
Okay, cool.
All right. This is triggering a reaction from him that I
Fantastic.
really should have thought to trigger the last action, but it'll work this time. Impending threat. A hostile character in line of sight and range 10 from the archer moves or takes action. Effect. The character, you, must choose lose the triggering action or movement, or continue, but let the archer immediately attack them with a single weapon.
Go for it, buddy.
All right.
Hit me. I dare you.
He gets to
I
use
was gonna
his
say
gun before he dies.
before or after you take the
Before.
attack. Okay.
Immediately takes it.
Yep. That's
She's just charging, and he's like, ah!
ah!
Why did I do this for the first time? She
Why
told me.
are you running? Why are you running?
All right, so
You'll just
he's
die
got
tired.
a light machine gun. That's a lot of damage for a light machine gun. Goodness. He has Superior Sentinel, where he gains an accuracy on all attacks made as reactions.
Go for it, buddy.
Let's see. Would he also trigger his suppression? It would also trigger his suppression that can go off as a reaction. The archer chooses a target within line of sight, range 10. They become impaired.
Is he doing multiple reactions per turn?
You can do each reaction once.
Okay.
So you'll be impaired.
Yeah, but you can only do one reaction per turn.
Is it only one reaction per turn?
You
It's
can
one
do
per turn.
multiple. You can do multiple reactions in a round, but only one reaction.
Oh,
per turn.
I got you. All right, we will drop the
Which one's
suppression
more
then.
important? Which one's more important, buddy?
The one that actually lets him do something, because
No, trust me. If I could get away with the multiple reactions per turn in an
It'd be
Atlas,
bad. All
you
right.
would not be having a grand time.
Well, he already isn't. So
Yeah, but I'd be like doing like some severe ninja shit.
All right, so it's a
you're
28 to
aggressively
hit.
Uriah,
brutal.
man.
That is a 28 to
hits.
hit.
Yep.
Normal damage is 10
3d6,
kinetic,
no.
so that becomes 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
3d6. Field and analyst reaction.
All right.
Has it? Yeah.
It's a 16 instead of a 26.
Okay.
It hits, but not as severely.
So 10.
So 10 points of damage.
I'm
A lot
fine.
of 10s going on right now.
All right.
Viga's turn hasn't even ended.
Finish him.
18 to hit.
Yes.
10.
Well, he went out in a blaze of glory, at least.
He tried.
And just as a free action for the aesthetic and for the jus, we're gonna activate our core power.
Ooh.
What's the core power do?
Oh, hi, Frenzy. I regenerate half of my total HP instead of a quarter.
Oh, nice.
Jesus.
4 kinetic when you're standing near me instead of 2.
Okay.
And if I would structure, I roll a d6, and on a 6, I pull myself back together hellishly and take no structure.
Okay.
And yeah,
Groovy.
so yeah, we got that going on.
All right.
And I
Alright.
end my turn.
I would have had 2 to go now, but now I've only got the 1. Way down here by his lonesome is a berserker. But not the regular berserkers y'all run into. This is a tier 3 berserker.
Oh, fun.
Extra angry boy.
Who will basically be charging Wild Dog. Alright.
Okay, I need to know his HP, his evasion, his E defense, and his heat.
I want to know about his cousin, his uncle, his mother,
Alright.
where he eats breakfast.
Go through those again, one at a time, letting me answer after each one.
HP,
Yes.
His current HP is 13.
evasion,
His evade is a 10.
E defense,
Is a 6.
and his heat.
He has no heat at the moment.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, he is attacking you with his chain axe.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 22 hit you?
Yes.
Alright, so the chain axe's damage is usually 11. However, he has retribution. Whenever the berserker takes damage, their next attack deals +4 bonus damage. Well, he took damage earlier.
Mhm.
That was also a crit, so that 11 becomes 22 +4.
Okay.
Because the bonus would not double.
Also,
eight?
the dog is still technically
Invisible.
invisible.
Oh,
So you
let
have
me
to-
roll. Let me roll the 50-50 chance then. If he rolls low, then he misses.
Otherwise, this is gonna hurt.
12,
Roll.
which is above
Roll.
10, so he rolled high.
Damn.
So I still get hit.
Yes.
Yep.
Is it AP?
It is 26. It is not specifically AP.
Okay. System trauma.
Okay.
Oh, great. I lose a system. Let's lose that.
Do NHPs count as a
Okay.
system?
They do count as a system. But no, I do not lose either of my NHPs.
You have 3 of them. I'll be insensitive to the new one.
Yeah, okay. So that was 19. So it went down to 25 because of my armor. So I need. Okay.
You good?
Yep.
All right. Also, since that was a chain axe and it was a critical, you become shredded at the end of your next turn.
Okay.
Let's see. That was a move and an attack. Oh, I forgot. This one's got the harpoon cannon, too. So he will shoot you with his harpoon cannon. Does a 7 hit you? Because he rolled a 1 on that dice. Alright, that does it for the Berserker then. And that means
That's
we are
fine, yeah.
done with the round. End round 1.
I keep forgetting
And
that I can
that is where we
erase.
will wrap for the day.
Oh, actually, I wanted to ask a question. Since
Sure, go ahead.
I will not be here this episode, can I just take my action for the second turn?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with
Essentially,
that. Since you won't be here next time.
all right. Going to fly up on top of the dog. Wild dog.
Wild dog.
Activate my protocol.
Okay.
And then I'm going to barrage. However, I'm also going to expend some of my ammo. Ammo case. I'll be firing the mag, so my railgun is now arcing. So I'm going to be firing that on this guy right here.
How many hexes away is that?
12. And
No,
essentially,
you
since
can't
it's
trust you can't trust the measurements. You have to count the hexes on this map.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
15.
7, 8, 9, 15. Yeah, it's within 20.
Okay.
And it actually does, and it does not go through any building because it's an arc.
Yeah, because it's arcing. Gotcha. Gotta watch out for them civilians.
Yes.
Jason, I forgot you can take multiple reactions in a turn. Could I have braced to reduce that damage by half?
You could have, yeah, you could have.
Can I retro do that or no?
No. We're 40-something sessions in.
I'm just asking. Hey,
Better to ask than not.
All right, Patrick, so you were shooting the Rainmaker back there?
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Give it a roll, then.
22.
That's going to be a hit.
And since I did my brace, I'm actually going to activate that additional D6 for a critical. So, hang on, let's go back to Aegis. So, since I gotta calculate this in, that sucked. So, 3. So that is 12 points of damage.
Well, that stings a little bit. Is that aura piercing or anything?
He can take no... Remember, it's got the paracausal mod. Can't reduce it in any way.
Okay. You said that was 7 or 8?
That was 12 total.
Oh, that was close.
You weren't close at all.
Somewhere under 20.
All right, he is still up.
All right. And for the next shot, I'm going to fire my prototype weapon into the berserker right in front of me.
Makes sense.
And 21.
Oh,
That's going to be a hit.
So that is... Wow. That is 10 points of damage.
All right, he is resistant. So that becomes 5. Is this one armor piercing or anything?
No, it is not.
All right, so he takes 1 off for the armor too. All right. All right, so he definitely took some damage. That which activates his aggression. After taking damage for the first time each round, the berserker must immediately attack a random adjacent character, hostile or allied, with the chain axe. Since Whip's too high to be hit, he's going to hit the dog.
Oof.
Well, swing at the dog
Dude.
anyway.
Still invisible.
So, may not matter. He only rolled a 9.
Nope.
Alright.
Okay.
But we also know that it had 13 points of damage, and if he took 10, so it's 3 points away.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think we're now wrapping up.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, I hope y'all had fun. I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
It was more
Yep.
RP. Which
To be
those
fair,
are-
the
those
past
are
4
fun.
sessions was
Yes.
combat.
Yeah, yeah. We kind of needed one.
Yes, we did. I wasn't even really completely sure we would get to the combat this time, but we got to at least one round of it. Hope anybody came by and checks us out later. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you'll join us next week. Again, I was your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me has been Patrick playing Freddy,
Imagine me saluting.
Jeremy playing Cortev,
I am.
Sarah playing Vika, Eric playing Uriah, and Carr playing Tiana. And we will see y'all next time.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.